Now he gives you the benefit of his knowledge. WallStreetWindow.com. Go there now. Go there now. Go there now.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, I'm interested in the truth about the JFK assassination.
Right, well, what do you want to know?
Judy Baker's wild claim, Oswald girlfriend, she knew Ruby and Barry, cancer weapons. Really?
I imagine I could claim I have 4 wheels. It doesn't make me a wagon, but okay.
Oswald was on the kill team and trying to prevent the murder of John Kennedy. Come on now, has a real expert on the JFK assassination looked into her claims?
Go to Amazon.com, enter Judith Baker in her own words. You'll get results for a digital copy of a book where Walt Brown utilizes her own words and the known evidence in the case to get at, well, a different perspective, let's say. You can get Judith Barry Baker in her own words from the author himself, signed if you request it by contacting L.com. It's a fun book, and it actually dissects the many, many fantastic claims. Judith Barry Baker in her own words.
Thank you for all the great information.
Exude from the ashes, reborn chaotically, deadly. Solitude. Cut it down, cut it down. Cut it down. Yeah, cut it down. You're next. Cut it out. Get it up. Cut 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 it up.
Well, it's about goddamn time they wake up. Hell, I've been talking about this since 1959, about the corruption, the incredible lies, deception of the entire superstructure of Western civilization, and the incredible human family.
That was Jordan Maxwell on the Ocelli Effect. For more pods with Jordan and Chuck, search Ocelli.com, along with hundreds of other shows and topics as presented by Chuck Ocelli on Ocelli.com. Thanks for listening.
The number,
OChelly.com.
Revelation through conversation.
Warning, 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 warning. This is a Muncie broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 200 and something. I don't know. I'm too far ahead.
Let's see. We are at, let me pull it up, Uncle. It's right here. We're at 253, it looks like.
253. That sounds right.
Yeah.
All right, 253. And now here we are. This is Friday night, and it's the comedy show.
It is. It's a very seriously comedy right now, everybody.
Yeah.
Of course, we're live on Ochelli.com Friday night. You can call in if you want. 319-527-5016. You may call tonight, any Friday night that we're here.
They sound like we got some pump going on in the chat room. I hear the pops going crazy. Who's in that chat room?
The Ochelli.com chat room is quite lively tonight.
So I can tell. I can hear them popping in my ears.
Creative Accidents there, Count Pupper, Citizen GX, Phase Shifter. So, yeah, got a lot of friends there. Looks like we have Creative Accidents as well at the Twitch chat. He's saying warning, warning, warning there. So you can watch the live stream of this on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. And, of course, we're live with the radio show on Ochelli.com. So many ways to listen live on Friday nights or the podcast.
The YouTube stream still has a chat room too, right?
Yeah. So if you go to Uncle's YouTube page, you can watch the live stream of the video while it's happening. Yeah,
or it still has it there.
It's archived there too. Yeah, after the fact, if you want to watch it later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the late one, the late show.
And you're all appreciated, no matter where it is you're listening to Uncle the Broadcast. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. We're actually getting comments in from the YouTube channel from Count Pupper. He's saying it does. Yes. So, okay, cool. There you go. Yeah, the YouTube channel is working just fine there. So we're getting comments from YouTube. We're getting comments from Twitch, comments from Ochelli.com chat room. We're all over the internet, Uncle. This is exciting.
Well, people are finally opening up. Friday night. Why not have a little talk?
I mean, why not?
Well, here we are. I was about to say, since we don't have a guest tonight, I was going into what Chuck wanted to hear last week. How the football is going.
Hey,
now we got our final two, people.
Right. Uncle, before you do this, though, let's just recognize we do have listeners in countries who might think you're talking about something else when it's football, because you got listeners in France, you have listeners in the UK, and you have listeners in Australia tonight, according to the Ochelli stream. So let's just be clear. We're not talking about what they call footy, I think, in Australia. I forget. Ben might be able to help me out with that.
It's not footy. It's a kick, and they hit the ball.
They do a lot of throwing and a lot of running. Less kicking, really, but they do that, too.
They do that. One had an extra point or 2-point conversion.
So it's not Australian football. It's not rugby. It's not soccer, which is what we call football. Some places in Europe, they call that football. No. We're talking about American football here.
The NFL, for you people to know what that means. I'm ready to get to the point.
Oh, you're getting right to it. Okay.
See?
What is the point, Uncle?
That's what the people from the other state, they're telling them what it actually is. There actually is American Football League.
Gridiron, they sometimes call it.
Well,
that's another name. Just another name.
Lots of names. It was just there's names they give out, and they say all that, but that's for the people out of the United States. I asked them to tell if that's what they want to know.
Got the Super Bowl coming up.
The Super Bowl in about a week.
Very soon. In a week.
From tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, from Sunday.
A week from Sunday. That's right.
A week from Sunday, actually.
And our team's in it, aren't they?
Our
Uncle?
boys are in it.
The Rams.
The Rams.
The Los Angeles Rams.
They put the chips in the middle, and they got what they wanted. More or less, that's what they did.
Now, wait a minute,
the
Uncle.
team.
I got a question for you, because you could be rooting for more than one team based on where you live, huh?
Rams
Oh,
are the
you're
only
going
teams. Rams teams are the only teams.
All right, but they're playing at home, aren't they?
Yes.
Actually, they're at their home stadium, yes.
SoFi.
But what I hear, I think they may not be the home team. What I understand from what I'm listening to on the 220 show.
Oh, you mean technically like how they play the game and how they put the scoreboard and stuff? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you can choose to receive and you can choose to defend which goal, which makes you the home team or whatever. But the truth is, it's their stadium.
Oh, yeah. It's their stadium, yes. So they're home. They're home playing it. I'm not saying that they're not the away team. The Cincinnati is the away team.
Yeah.
But the way they react to it, to me, I don't understand how they saying it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they are 4.5 point spread a lead. They got that lead.
LA's favored to win.
Favorite to win it.
Yeah.
And
by 4.5 points, apparently.
Yeah, 4.5.
That's what the computers are saying.
That's what the computers are saying in Vegas.
The Vegas odds.
The Vegas odds.
It's quite competitive because, frankly, the two playoff games last weekend there were. Look, I'm not usually a guy who watches football anymore, but I did watch it as a kid, and I got to tell you, good games. Really competitive, really, coming down to the wire in both games. Yeah.
They were. But you know what got me on the late game? About the 49ers and us playing. Mm-hmm. I told you when it will start. I told you when it was going to count. Those 6 weeks into the play, 6 weeks, they beat them 6 times in the regular season. Wash that all off.
The 49ers.
That doesn't mean a thing. The thing means when they go to the championship, they'll beat them. And what did I tell this little tell Sidekick? What I tell you, Sidekick?
Yeah. So the Rams
that they'll beat them.
They
that
reversed
they'll
their losing streak against the 49ers,
right.
Which the 49ers had beat the Rams like 6 times in a row.
That's exactly the point.
So they finally won when it counted. The
right.
Rams did.
And that's what you mean of putting all the chips in. Okay, and they did that. They put all the chips in to get the players, and they did all that. And this is why I believe they're going to win it.
Okay, so doing my job as producer, just want to let you know, Uncle, that you got one caller, which is a holdover from Aaron's hour. That's Dennis Ford on the line. And there is a new caller. So you have 2 waiting on the regular phone line if you want to get to them. But
let's get to them now.
Okay, sure. You want to go? Which caller? You want to go to the first caller, Uncle?
Yeah, first caller, whoever it was.
All right.
Well, okay, you want to go to Dennis, who was on with Aaron in the last hour, or you want to go to your new caller for this hour first? Which one you want? That's who I'll unmute.
Oh.
You want the person that was on the government hour, or do you want to talk to the person who just called in?
The one that just called in. I have to know these new people.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll get that.
I don't think this caller is new, just so you know, like it's new to you. But
new to me for the first caller.
Yeah,
well, that's what I meant.
So, caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Oh, Jimmy James.
No, this is not. Wait a minute. This is Jimmy James. This is my regular caller. What are you talking about there, Chuck, producer?
What were you talking about?
Yeah.
Recognize, though, in fairness, Uncle, Jimmy James is every show.
I know he is. I know he is. But that's my regulars. That's my regulars.
He's your regular. He's my regular. He's Donald Jeffries' regular. Jimmy James is the Ocelli.com caller.
Yeah. Almost every week, if I want somebody to break a tie or get to a win, I call for him and he'll call.
But listen, creative accidents always counts as 2 callers if he ever calls in. Just saying.
Yeah. When is he ever going to do that? That's what I'm waiting
He's
for.
active in the chat right now. He's saying new people, and he's saying call uncle. He loves pretty lady callers, he's saying.
Yes, he's right on that.
Lady callers might get priority. All right. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Wow. What the
Jimmy
heck?
J.
All right, Jimmy J. What's
Ladies
your
first.
what?
Yeah.
Jimmy J. What do you have to say tonight?
All I got to say is Stafford and those stinking Rams better win now that they ruined Tom Brady's career.
Hey, Tom Brady was gonna hang it up anyway. What are you talking about?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, you knew he was about to be gone after this coming year. Because I knew it was
Sure, but
Tampa.
he needed that 8th ring.
No, Tampa Bay though. But listen here though, Jimmy J. Tampa knew anytime it was gonna come. She's actually said it. One of the coaches actually said it on the other show that it would be coming anytime, and I knew it would be.
Besides that, wait a minute. Besides that, no man outside of a pimp named Slickback needs 8 rings. All right.
Yeah. You only got 10. You got 10 fingers.
10 fingers. You don't need 8 rings. Get out of here. 2, 3, 4, Come on,
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, enough of Tom
That'd be
Brady.
only on the middle finger. If you really think about it, it's not even. You got 2 extras. You have 10 fingers. What the heck are you gonna get 8 for? That don't make any sense.
Just don't do the thumbs, and you got it. But
Don't do the thumbs.
Yeah, that's all. And then, look.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
A pimp got to control a woman's mind.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of when I see that much jewelry on a man's hands.
That's true. I didn't think of that. That's true. I didn't think about those thumbs.
Tom Brady with the thumbs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, I had to throw that in. Jimmy James, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
So now what? What do you think's gonna be the one you think's gonna catch him? Jimmy James.
Who's gonna win this thing?
Yeah. Well, I already know, but what do you think? You can have it.
Stafford was my quarterback for like the last decade. I don't know.
Now, are you happy?
I'm just very offended. I'm not happy.
You're not okay. Yeah, so you feel spite towards Stafford then? Okay.
Wait. The problem in Detroit. I can tell you one thing. The problem in Detroit. He never had a line. That's why he never had a chance to get nowhere. He didn't have a line to think check, though.
If I may interject, 10 years ago, when he was a much younger man, the Lions had what I'll call an amazing lineup team. Yeah. We had Calvin Johnson, we had Dominic Sue. What more did he need? And now he takes this Rams team to the Super Bowl? Come on, man.
He had those players? Sidekick, he had those players?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm reading in the chat room, too. Creative Accents is saying something about... I don't know if I can answer your question now, Creative Accents. My brain is slowly turning around. I'm trying to understand what Matthew Stafford's up to.
Oh, he's up to something?
You know what the overall problem is here is that you're talking about the problem in Detroit was this. The problem with Detroit and the Lions is they're in Detroit. That's the end of that. Come on, man. When was the last time the Lions really were? I mean, it's like, hey, dude, what about the Browns?
That running back they had is the last time they won a Super Bowl. What was his name? He's in the Hall of Fame now.
Wait, what team?
Number 20.
Number 20. What on what team?
Detroit when he played.
Oh, on Detroit? The running back, you're saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't really watching that.
You
game. I
don't know. He don't know.
Asking why don't the Jets win? Because they're the Jets. Move on. I mean,
the last time the Jets won, I can tell you when the last time the Jets won, when the third Super Bowl.
Yeah, Joe Namath.
That was the last time they won the Super Bowl. Dead seriously.
Namath.
Commercials now, right? I mean, dude, really. It's like with the Lions. They didn't win. It doesn't matter if you could put Tom Brady on the Lions, they'd lose. It's just pretty simple.
Whoa. Well, he was a Marine all the way when he went to Michigan. He's a Michigan man. He was a Michigan man all the
Brady.
way.
Yeah, he was a quarterback from Michigan.
He knew how to
the Wolverines.
The Wolverine.
Yes, we remember that.
But you play in Detroit and you just survived the commute. You won. I mean, that's all there is to it. So come on. It's the very same thing where they stuck the Jets. Anyway, forget it. The Jets. All I got to say is Jets for when you want to tell me Lions. They don't win because they are who they are. That's it.
I gotta say, we gave them this year a decent quarterback, at least, that was in the Super Bowl with the Rams at the time. Now they gotta build around him. That's what they need. To build around him in the draft. If Detroit does that, they may get somewhere. But we do it but the Rams do it a complete different way. Jesse James.
Jimmy James, any comment on that? Don't forget, you still got Dennis hanging on.
Yeah, I was going to call him as soon as he gave me a... Hello?
Yeah, I guess. Well, Goff started doing good the last 4 or 5 games. Maybe it's just going to take him a while to catch a stride.
Right, so what he needs, like I said, is players around him. Like, see, they got to build, like our Rams do, and our defensive line. They have to build them to that. They have to build them to that kind of thing. That's where the players are at. Winning Super Bowls is not offense. Completely, it is not offense. That game actually was a defensive game, and that brought them to the Super Bowl. The defensive players did it. They're the ones that pulled the strength to get there. That's my thought, I believe.
Yeah. The defense did a lot.
They did, and they said, "You saw what's his name showing his finger." I'm getting one. I'm getting one.
Aaron Donald.
And O'Donnell, my boy. Yeah. So he did that. He did that.
The Rams have a lot of good players.
I know. And they did it.
Team.
And they did it a complete different way. Not just through the draft, through other ways. Mm-hmm. They knew how to do it. They were very smart doing it that way. No. So, so you got that, Jimmy James?
Were you paying attention to all that, Jimmy? You see what the Sean McVay and company did?
Yeah. Do you understand it, Jimmy?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you understand
it. It's amazing.
That's
I guess at the end of the day, Stafford was just a better fit for LA than Goff.
Yeah, right, because like I told you, he didn't have nothing. All he kept doing was throwing. You have to have a running downer, and he didn't have anybody.
Yeah, Goff,
but in this team, he has everybody. He has a receiver. He has a running back. He can throw. He can do Eddie's. There's all these other things. That's what brings you to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
That brings you there. That's what did it. All right, Jimmy. Hold on for a minute. Let me get on that second one for the second caller.
Yeah, okay, you want to go to this other caller?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to that line then. Let's see here. So other caller here, Dennis.
Dennis.
You're on the line.
On the line with the comedy show. Yes, hello.
Yeah, it's comedy.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller. Chuck, I want to tell you something real quick. You do definitely have a face for radio. Nobody wants to look at that ugly mug. Please,
yeah, I agree.
Spare us from that. Now, a few minutes ago, somebody was mentioning number 20 for Detroit. That's Barry Sanders.
That's right. Barry Sanders. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, well, that was the last time that they won, hasn't it?
Exactly. In the playoffs, yeah.
In the playoffs. That's what I thought. That's what I think. What I thought.
Yo, I watched Barry Sanders lose a shoe and break for 60 yards and get a touchdown. So, greatest running back of all time. I don't care what anybody says. And if you have anything to say about Detroit, just look at the rappers that came out of that city.
Okay, there you go. That's fair enough.
And the Rams don't have a first round pick until 224.
Yeah, I think
because they did it completely different.
To wrap this all around, what's the halftime show for this year's Super Bowl?
Oh, we got
Dr. Dre,
Eminem.
Oh,
they're all gonna be there for the
halftime
show. Yeah,
my favorites because I'm almost 50 years old and I love fucking Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Dr. J.
I'm sorry.
The other thing is, I'll tell you what, Uncle. You want to make sure that the Rams win.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a little superstitious tip, and I'll bet you make a bet with me is all you got to do, because I have picked every Super Bowl incorrectly with the exception of 2 my whole life, and that means yes, indeed, I picked the Buffalo Bills 4 times.
I knew that.
I did
4 times, and they lost all 4.
So here's what you got to do. I will bet you $1 dirty dollar. Okay, and I'm going to specify this bet. $1 dirty dollar. All right, and I'll take the points and I'll take the Bengals. $1 dirty dollar.
You got it. I'll give it to you. I'll give you that bet.
Making a bet, Uncle?
I'll give you that bet because I can protect on my defense. My defense, they know what to do. I'll get that, and I did that.
Okay, but if you lose, you got to send me 1 beat up dollar bill that barely looks like anybody wants to touch.
I gotta
ass.
And if I lose, came at it. Listen, I'm not talking about stripper dollars. I'm talking about worse than that. All right, I mean a dollar bill that somebody it's still a dollar bill. It's got to be in one piece, but it's got to look messed up. I got one for you sitting here already. You got to find me a dirty dollar if you lose. But here's the thing. I bet on the Super Bowl, I lose, man. So I'll tell you what. I'll take the Bengals. Dirty dollar bet, 4 points. I'll take the points, though.
Yeah.
So that means...
Bro, Cincinnati's not winning the Super Bowl. Here's the thing, too, is a lot of people don't really grasp the concept of it. Like all this is already... It's already predicted. It's already laid out in the cards. They already know the winner, dude. Like everything you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about.
You got it.
Just give me a second here. Going back to like, hey, let's talk about. We got people in Australia. We got people throughout the world. Yep. They already know this shit. People in America don't know this. They don't know that these things are already orientated. That it's going to happen a certain way. Again, and like I said, this halftime show, they have this halftime show already set up because dudes that are pushing 40 are going to jack off when like Dr. Dre's performing on stage, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's like I was in high school and I feel good about it."
The question
it's so amazing. Oh,
I know, but
in reality, who has cable television in 2020? Whatever year we're in, I don't even pay for any television. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. It's bad enough. Yeah. It's bad enough we live in a society where things are predicted the way they are, and the NFL is a perfect example of that because they know everybody's entertained and everybody wants to know who's going to win, but they already know who's going to win.
Yeah, they know. Exactly. Yeah, I bet you right now. I bet you Vegas knows too. Even the odd makers.
Anybody who knows about the sports book world knows exactly what's going on. But here's the thing: A couple of weeks ago, Donald Jeffries had a guest on who was the author of The Fix Is In, which is all about how all of it is rigged. And you know what?
Yeah.
There's very few people that are willing to say it, but we're willing to get on it. I don't know if this is the venue for it right this second, but just wanted to drop in that plug. Have that as a point of discussion because it's real.
Real quick, Chuck, like I said, do not do videos because nobody wants to look at your ugly mug. But this is the perfect venue to do this because a lot of people don't really understand that, because millions of people are going to tune into the Super Bowl and just perceive it as the Super Bowl. Right. And they have no idea that this has already been puppet masters and orchestrated behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes and knowing who's going to win.
Yep.
And my whole thing is the Super Bowl halftime show because every year this is satanic ritual, some weird shit that goes on during the Super Bowl halftime show that nobody wants to talk about that we've been covering for years. Right. And it's like, oh yeah, it's Eminem and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and everybody I grew up listening to.
I like Snoop Dogg. That's my boy. I like Snoop Dogg.
These are good artists. These are not people that are bad at music. But the point is that they're trying to give you lifesavers. They're trying to give you something that you can suck on while you watch it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I remember that song. And then when it's over, you're like, oh, that was great. That was good. And then you're watching football for the next hour and a half. You're like, oh, this is. You're not really entertained. That's what I'm saying. You just get a little bit.
You kept engaged.
Getting a little bit.
That's the thing. You kept engaged, and of course, there's a whole agenda to that. Dennis, I'm going to put you on hold, and and we're going to continue on with the discussion because I know that Uncle might have something to say about the halftime shows. I don't know the way he sees it. I got different feelings about the halftime shows, but other callers could also join in. We still got Jimmy James hanging on and Dennis hanging on, but you could become part of the conversation at 319-527-5016, 319-527-5016. And let's go back to where Uncle's thoughts were. I don't know if you have any to add about the halftime shows. I know you said you like Snoop Dogg, and I can see that.
I sort of like that kind, except I have to understand the song. Mm-hmm. Rap is no good because I cannot understand them. I cannot understand the music. Where I can't understand is his wife. How do they hear these things and they can't understand the words?
Wait,
that's what bothers me.
Are you asking about Snoop Dogg's wife?
No.
I think he's talking about my wife.
My sidekick's wife.
Music that she would listen to.
Something that she listened to.
You're not sure how she understands music that she listens to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. No, I misunderstood. Look, occasionally, I'm pretty good at Uncle E's, but sometimes I miss. So,
it's crazy. I'm doing some laps in the swimming pool. She's playing this music, and pom 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 pom. What the heck is a song? Pom 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 pom. That's all I'm hearing from the bouncing the thing in the car. Boom boom boom. They go down the street. Boom boom boom. I don't know what the heck are they what they're singing. You can't understand it half the time. That's what I can't understand about rap. That's my point about rap.
Fair enough.
Just mine.
That's
my thought.
All the way around. All the way around.
Yeah.
Gotta have those clear vocals, huh, Uncle?
Yeah. To understand the song. It's to understand the song.
You're more of an opera kind of guy.
Her sister and her, they're both the same. They're both the same. They do the same darn stuff. Darn and listening, and you can't understand what word they're even saying. Boom, 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 boom. The
chat over at Twitch. So we've got somebody called Xenon in the Twitch chat saying, let's see here, but here we are talking sport ball, and then Creative Accent says Xenon, he doesn't read Twitch. Chuck reads his site chat. Okay, but we read Twitch. Chuck, isn't reading the Twitch chat. We do a whole lot of chatting going on here. But if you're chatting, we do see it. So, and if you want to call, you can call in the show. Anybody
in the chat room, if they want to call, the phone's on.
Mm-hmm. And Xenon says thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, if you want to call, 319-527-5016. Also come on through Skype.
Yeah,
Charles.Ocelli is Chuck. He'll bring you on the show. Send him a message. Oh, look, we got another call.
Uncle. Go there, sidekick. You did. You said something. Right. Hello, on this caller. Who's on this caller? Where you from, man? Who is he?
Well, I think there might be a ruckus among us. Uncle, it's Ruckus. How's it going?
Hey, Ruckus. What about this about what we're talking about tonight? What do you got something to say?
I'm not the biggest sports guy, but I am a fan of the Super Bowl. You want to know why? Because of those cool commercials.
Oh, yes. I was going to come to that. You just hit another thing on the whole stone. I did like those commercials. They are very, very funny.
Well, wait a second, because, this year is one of the weirdest years where I haven't seen a big blow up yet. Usually it's weeks before they start previewing there's going to be a controversial Super Bowl commercial. It's usually nothing. But, but they do this a couple of weeks before. I just realized I haven't seen that this year.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I haven't either.
Well, maybe you're not looking in the right spot, Chuck. I think we're going to see, this is my prediction, that we're going to see a lot of cryptocurrency-related ads come out of the woodwork.
Oh, boy.
There are, Tom Brady, I think you guys have been talking about him.
Yeah.
He's a sponsor for a huge cryptocurrency exchange called FTX, which is, oddly enough, something that people in America can't even use. There's a special American version of it. But there's this commercial for this other place called Crypto.com, and there's this huge, big-budget commercial starring Matt Damon.
Yes.
And that's been causing quite a controversy. And I think they're going to air that or something like that or an extended version of that or a sequel to that in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't put it past them. But there are people who are pissed off about these big-name celebrities pushing cryptocurrency. And I wonder who that could be. Maybe the bankers, but I don't know. But I'm always excited to see what they push forward for Super Bowl ads because I'm a marketing guy, so I like to see it. They're amusing and they're usually memorable. You could probably think of what's your favorite Super Bowl ad you've ever seen, Uncle?
I like the ones with the dogs.
The dogs.
Okay.
That was one year they had the dogs. They're going crazy. And then they had a ball, and then they got going throwing the ball. A little guy was running around the field, threw the ball around.
Are you talking about that game, like the Puppy Bowl?
Puppy Bowl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like a Puppy Bowl. Right?
That's another thing they do. Yeah.
I sort of got enjoyed watching that because they were running around, and where's the ball? Where's the ball? And, it's something funny.
Nobody is ever going to beat, to me, Budweiser. Nobody's ever going to beat that. Remember the Budweiser?
Oh, the Budweiser with the horses.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember. He was kicking the ball, and they were going, boom. Yes, I remember that one.
No. I'm talking about the frogs.
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 Budweiser.
Oh. Yeah. But that it's come talking about the Budweiser for a minute. You taught me something, Chuck, about that. Did anybody see the ones with the horses? I sort of like that one too. Clydesdale. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah, those are classic. Everybody remembers the Clydesdales. I've been noticing these crypto commercials too, though, Ruckus. I have, and I think that they're renaming the Staples Center in downtown LA the Crypto.
Oh, yes,
I think it's Crypto.com Center or something.
Yeah. I think they're changing the name.
Yeah, they're changing it.
Crypto commercials, though, I see as a general sort of thing that's gone on everywhere. I mean, whether you're on YouTube or just listening to a radio, you're getting crypto commercials all over the place. They got a crypto card now that they're pushing, so you can utilize it and integrate it with other things. There's that going on. I didn't see it as specifically a Super Bowl controversy because there's usually some sort of thing with the Super Bowl that becomes controversial about a commercial or the halftime show.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the same fervor this year that I've seen in the past. Again, like you said, Ruckus, I could still be looking in the wrong places. But so far, and again, I'm not engaged with the NFL stuff so much, although Mrs. O watches the football. So
she does.
She's definitely the person to talk to football about. I'm just engaged with it as much anymore. But I did see the last parts of both games last week, and was pretty impressed with the fact that they were competitive and interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they were.
And they weren't.
They've been really good games.
What got my attention of saying protective to playing better? I liked it because it was interesting. It's not like you say like, oh, here they're gonna blow them out. Not a single blowout of any of those playoff games were even mentioned.
All right, but you are taking me on that bet, right?
Oh yeah, I'll take on that.
All right, but I got 4 points, so that means the Rams got to win by more than 4. Okay?
Yeah. I got to figure it out. So whatever your score is, I add 4.
They got to win by more than 4 for you to win the bet. So if they win by 3, I still win. You understand?
If you win by what?
If they win by 3, if they win by a field goal somehow, I still win the bet because I bet on the Bengals and I have 4 extra points, you see, to work with here. Okay, that's the spread right now. It's 4 points the way I read it anyway.
4.5.
4.5. Well, we'll just make it even. What's the half point?
That's what it was. That's what it is right now.
Can't forget that half a point.
You got to get them half a points
it's
in there.
It's important. The computer says so.
Half point, then that means they're going to have to make it by 5, really.
5 points. 5 points. Yeah. I make it an even number. 5 points. I give you that.
Being generous with the bet.
Yeah, that I'll give you 5 points even. Because I know what they're going to do.
Oh.
I know what my boys are going to do.
They should win. They should.
Get your prediction here with the last 14 minutes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, well.
What's your prediction?
Oh, my prediction.
Yeah. Oh, for the actual score.
Oh, final score.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's thinking about it. Yeah, that's a tough one. So it's going to be over 5 points that they're winning by, right, Uncle? So we know that much.
35-20.
35-20. Oh, look at that.
That's about the even one.
There we go.
Somewhere in that area.
Okay, so that's your prediction, but that is a solid defensive and offensive game. Mm-hmm. That's a good mix up there at 35-20.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
Okay, and it's quite a few scores there. You know, depending on what happens. I mean, you got to strike a bunch.
Yeah.
So okay.
I mean, I give them credit for them because, like I said, they threw all the chips in, get these players, and I believe that that's what the score will be. Because the owner, I love how this owner works. This owner is excellent. It's not like the stupid owner from the Dolphins. Oh, I got another mention.
He might be in trouble right now.
I'm gonna have. I know he is. I'm mentioning something else besides this. About the owners for these football teams. What do you think about this guy that brought him up from no game to 9? And then the owner of the Dolphins kicks him off the team. That is solid stupid.
We're talking about the Dolphins.
Dolphins right now. Okay. Sorry about it.
Dolphins have had problems.
And I from that point and having that coach, I thought he did excellent work. I don't care if he's
the guy
this problem, that problem. I'm saying problem. And having this problem, I agree with him. I really do agree with him. Everybody has a chance to get a coaching job. This is not.
They fire so quickly.
Yeah, They fire just because he don't make the Super Bowl, the playoffs.
And Now the allegation is that it was racially motivated too, and that's what the whole lawsuit is
Motivated
against
who?
the Dolphins. Now, yeah. Well, what's the name of the coach? I can't recall it.
Jeff.
I can't
started
recall
with
his
a
name.
B.
That story where it was like, they basically interviewed him for a job because of a quota, but there was no chance he was going to get that job at the time of the interview, which is kind of crappy thing to do. I mean, the argument for the Giants there could be that they were, and I believe it was the Giants that were interviewing him, could be that, they needed options, even though they had already made a decision. They still wanted to follow up on some options, and that would be, a non sort of like we're just filling our quota thing to call in the one black guy.
That's
I don't know. It's
that's exactly the point, Chuck. You hit it right there. That's the point he's arguing about. Right. What was the point? Me getting an interview? It's already been taken. This is the point you were just saying.
Right. Hey,
I mean,
another weird thing I just wanted to let you guys know is that our stream is actually being invaded by a bunch of people that are described as being in Europe only.
Europe. We got Europe people?
It's just Europe. It's got this weird European, like they actually show me little flags of the countries on my little thing that I monitor the stream. Oh. And I see a couple of people in Australia. I see France. Yeah, all that's happening. But now there's this just European flag, which is mostly blue.
Oh, like the EU with the blue flag with the yellow stars? Is that it?
Yeah, they want to hit a comedy show.
And it doesn't specifically name a country. It just says Europe. So I don't know what that means.
Well, it's a Europe.
But there's a handful of them. So welcome, Europe.
Yeah, Europe. So I just welcome Europe. That's just as easy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So go ahead though about this. I don't know. Look, I got a lot of things I could say about it, but your view on it.
The view I'm sort of angry about. Everybody takes a chance of getting a job. I'm happy for his fight, and I'm glad he's suing. First of all, the NFL. When do you ever have a black coach, only black coach from Pittsburgh? He's black and he's got a job. Well, why can't this guy sort of get a job? Well, and this don't seem anything different than having, let's say, a white person come.
It's hard.
Well, see, the thing is about the head coaching jobs, it's true that it's very, very rare for a black guy to get a head coaching job. But, the other weird thing is that if you take a look at what you would think would be perfect spots for former players who happen to be smart, and let's be honest about the former players and the racial makeup, you would think that it would produce, just the system itself would produce lots of offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators.
Yeah,
and
that too.
The truth is, it doesn't.
But
it really doesn't.
I don't know
I don't know what to say about it, whether it's really a racist policy or not. Or
a racist policy. That's it. That's what they're arguing about. Because everybody, in my opinion, has a chance to get some. But I think the NFL has got a policy problem. Mm-hmm. And I think that was what the fort was because of Frank... what was his name?
I don't know.
That coach from he come from New England. And another.
Belichick turned around and texted the guy and said, "Hey, I got the job," and it was a mix-up apparently.
Yeah.
Because somebody else had already gotten the job, and he's like, "I'm on my way to the interview. What do you know that I don't?" And that's how the guy found out that he was being interviewed after they already gave the job away. You're talking about Bill Belichick.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So what did he do? So what did Belichick do?
Well,
he backed his old coach and put him in a corner.
Well, he just congratulated the wrong guy on a text message. That's really what that is. So I don't, hate to say it, but Belichick didn't do nothing wrong. He was just thinking he was doing a good thing by congratulating a guy.
Oh, well, that isn't.
Yeah.
So he didn't know anything was going on, but did he know?
So he didn't even do it on purpose. I didn't realize that. I don't know all these details.
I'm not either, but we're trying to get to the bottom of it. It's what I'm trying to do, and I've been listening whole week here trying to figure out what is this these coaches' plans are to get a crazy job. And here these guys are trying, you go for a job. These guys are looking for a job. Who's that?
That's just the Skype here, Uncle. No big deal.
No big deal. Listen, I'm going to bring Jimmy James back into the call.
Okay, Jimmy James. All right, Jimmy James, come back in.
But you got about 10 more minutes to work with, just so you know.
Okay. Jimmy James, what do you think?
I wanted to get commentary from you, Uncle.
What do you think about
Did you hear that the Lakers revoked the lifetime pass of Jerry West? What do you think about that?
He passed him. That was the guy that they got, Jesse James. Joe James? James did pass him?
You're talking about LeBron James?
LeBron James? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know the story,
what are you
Jimmy.
saying?
What are the details of this one?
Is this my pen?
My pen.
Okay, you know the Lakers?
Yeah, we know
the Lakers. Right?
Yeah, we know the Lakers, yeah.
Well, we know the Lakers.
Crypto.com arena.
You know Jerry West.
Oh, Jerry West. Yes, the owner. What am I talking about? Yeah,
the owner of nothing. Jerry West is the guy that played, and he's the logo of the NBA.
He's the guy on the logo. Okay, I didn't know
he
that.
was?
I don't know a lot about the NBA.
I thought he was an owner.
Okay, that's
West.
the guy who is the picture for the logo. Okay, what's he up to?
What's he up to?
Well, what's he up to is being banned by the Lakers because all of their owners are former famous black players, and they want Jerry to be replaced by the image of Kobe Bryant.
Oh yes, that I can understand. That I can understand that reason.
So they want to change the NBA logo to a silhouette of Kobe Bryant instead of this guy. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Right?
And they revoked his lifetime pass from the Lakers.
So now
so he
doesn't have a lifetime pass anymore. They just took that away from him.
He took the pass away.
I can see wanting to change the logo, but what was the reasoning behind revoking his pass, Jimmy James? Do you know?
Yeah, do you know?
Well, Jerry West says it's just a straight up diss.
Well, it might be because they take away the guy's lifetime pass. I mean, I get it if they feel like changing everybody's entitled to change their logo, but for whatever reason, we could argue about it, sure, but it's weird to me that they would take away his, hey, we give you a lifetime pass to the games, right?
Yeah.
And now, no, I don't understand that at all.
You got into the point of us talking about these changes and these jobs, though, right?
It's similar. James? It's a related story.
It's the same story. It's a relation story.
Because it seems like, it's so ludicrous. Like, why would they even bother doing that? It doesn't make sense. So it begs the question, like, well, what's the true motivation there? It seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
odd. Another point.
Sounds dumb. Yeah. At crypto.com arena, hey.
Buy that crypto. Fact, right now, they talking about the Lakers for a moment, they are not doing very well. Right now. They've lost the last, three games? Came back and won the last one or two, but lost the last three. And my cousin, of course, tells me, what's going on with the Lakers? Because he watches basketball. Okay,
sounds like not much. Yeah, I've been watching basketball at all.
Well, no, you don't watch basketball.
Been watching the football, not the basketball.
Well, since we're down to the last 6 minutes here, maybe you want to get Ruckus and Jimmy James to maybe get ready for their shout-outs and get close to closing it out, Uncle. I mean, I know you probably got a couple more things you want to get to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well, we have... Okay, then. Hold on, you guys. Let's just shout outs, and we'll shoot out the shout outs right now.
Yeah.
First
So
one.
we'll go to. Why don't we go to Jimmy first?
All right, Jimmy.
Jimmy, who you got for a shout out tonight?
Oh, you better win next week, Stafford.
Yeah, he will. He will.
It's a good shout out.
Shout out to him. That's a
He
good
deserves
idea.
it. Matthew Stafford deserves it.
So
And
you
my
able to get the dirty
prediction
dollar.
is, it's going to be a blowout.
You think so? It's
I do.
possibly. It's possibly. It's possibly could
I don't know
happen.
about blowout, but it'll be.
It'd be close. 35-20 isn't a bad score.
No.
My
that would be.
prediction
It's
point
not a full
spread.
blowout, but that would be a pretty hefty lead.
Yeah.
To be sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
So Jimmy James is giving the shout out to Uncle getting the dirty dollar. So we'll put him on hold.
All right.
Now we'll go to Ruckus.
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 Shout
what's-
out for him.
Yeah. Shout out time.
Shout out time.
Yeah, shout out. I'll give a shout out to all the Canadian truckers, and we'll just leave it at that. Thanks, gentlemen, for having me on.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Get it. Thank you.
Free.
Very nice. So yeah, the Canadian trucker thing, we didn't even talk about that on any of the shows, not government hour, not comedy hour. So maybe
Well,
next week.
Maybe next week I will.
Yeah. It's a big one.
Because
That's an
it's
interesting
the,
story right there. No doubt about it.
Well, you might. Your show.
Not as good as Rocket Man, but
Rocket Man.
So yeah, Rocket guy out there in California. What happened? What's going on?
Oh
with
yeah,
that?
it ended up being like an inflatable thing attached to a drone or something, from what I understand. Yeah.
What happened to him?
It was just an inflatable humanoid figure attached to a drone. So people thought that was a Rocket Man, but it wasn't.
That's disappointing. I really wanted that. Dude,
I didn't hear about that. I didn't even hear about him going up in the air.
It was a hoax. But hey,
it's more fun.
some of the best stuff is like that. And then, Uncle, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
And giving two shout outs to the ball players. Shout out to Stafford to finally have a ring. And a shout out my 99 boy and gonna do the job for me.
Aaron Donald.
And O'Donnell. A shout out to them.
Good player.
And I have those do comedies. They do talk. I've seen them.
You're talking about the Rams?
No, they got a thing. We can shoot to them.
Okay, we'll shoot. Oh, you're talking about Twitter.
Twitter. They got a Twitter.
We have been tweeting some Rams tweets. Yes, and
yeah,
we'll have
yeah.
to keep
Twitter
doing
show.
that. So expect tweets, Rams.
Yeah.
They're coming your way.
On your way.
So shout out to the Rams. Yeah, I'll shout out to the new people in the chat. That Xenon I saw. So thank you for showing up. Thank you any new listeners we have. Yeah, new listeners, old listeners. Shout out to you all. Glad to have you on Friday nights. It's fun. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you listen there, yeah, this is Uncle the Podcast. UncleThePodcast.com. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Uncle Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, Uncle, why don't you just bring it on home for the night?
There's a show 253.
253
episode is done.